Hey, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel ITTECHSTACKS. This is Amar Gajare, your cloud instructor. So in our last module we have learned about what are different cloud storage options and what are different cloud storage classes and data transfer methods, Cloud SQL, Cloud Spanner, Firestore, Cloud Bigtable, and we also compared different storage options. Okay, so in this module we are going to learn few lab exercises, okay, using those different cloud options and by putting some images in this cloud storage buckets. Okay, so the main objective of this lab exercises is, the first thing is create a cloud storage bucket and place an image into it. That is the first task that we are going to perform. Second is create a SQL instance and configure it. And third task will be connect to the Cloud SQL instance from a web server. And fourth and last step we are going to perform is use the image in Cloud Storage bucket on web page. So these are the tasks we are going to perform in this module. So stay tuned guys. So we are going to start with the lab exercises. Okay, so let's begin guys with our first task. Okay, so in this task we are going to deploy a web server VM instance. Okay, so in your home page in Google Cloud Storage, once you log into Cloud Console or console.google.com, once you log into your project, so you will see the home page and you have to go to the left menu and click on the Compute Engine Services and click on VM instances. Okay, so once you entered into the VM instance page, then next step will be create a instance. Click on the create instance button. Okay, now you can give your own name. Okay, and you have to follow the naming standards. So I'll give the name blog host as my log host as my VM instance name. Okay, so you can select your own region, in which region you want to host this instance. You can select your own zones. Okay, I'll keep as it is for now. And for machine type or machine configuration, you can choose your own machine configuration based on your need. Okay, the processing power, memory utilization, based on that you can choose your own series and machine type. Okay, for now I'll keep default as it is. Okay, for boot disk we can choose Debian GNU Linux 11 Bullseye. So it's already there. So if it's not there, then change it to Debian GNU Linux 11 Bullseye. Okay, so I'll keep the identity and API access by default. We'll learn in different lab exercises what all these and how to use it, but for now I'll keep it as it is. Okay, for firewall rule I can click on allow HTTP traffic because we are dealing with the web server. Okay, now go to the advanced option, click advanced option. Okay, click on the management section, scroll down. There is a automation section. Okay, so you have to enter a script or a set of command which will update. Okay, let me add it here first. Okay, so I have entered these commands, okay, these commands will perform the apt get update. What are the latest updates are there, it will perform all the updates. And apt get install, it will install the php, mysql, apache web server, and then it starts the services of apache. Okay, it performs the updates while starting the VM machine, and it also performs or installs the web server apache, and it also starts the apache services. Okay, okay, so we can leave all other settings as it is. Now I click on create instance, so it starts creating the instance called blog host. So it takes a bit of time to create it. It's taking time because we have put a startup script in the VM instance configuration, which means while starting up the VM, it performs all the updates and also installs Apache web server, and it also starts the Apache services. That's the reason it is taking time. Okay, so you can see guys, blog host VM instance got started. Okay, so it also created an internal IP and external IP addresses. Now we are done with the first task. Now let's proceed with the second task, which is create a cloud storage bucket using gcloud storage command line. Okay, so as we already gone through in our previous module, that all cloud storage bucket names must be globally unique. We have to ensure that all the cloud storage bucket names must be unique. Okay, so now go to Google Cloud, Active Cloud Shell, click on it. You can find that Active Cloud Shell button at the top right corner. Click on this button. The Cloud Shell will be open. You have to authorize this one. So this will load the Cloud Shell environment. Okay. So as soon as Cloud Shell opens, we start creating the cloud storage bucket. Okay, so now we can export the location. Okay, so I want to export the location variable as US in this session. Okay, and I would like to create a Google Cloud Storage bucket with the command gcloud storage bucket create -l $location. Okay, so I would like to perform this operation, gcloud storage bucket create location name. This $dev shell project ID is the environment variable. This will provide the actual project ID that we have or that we got with this project. Okay, so your cloud storage bucket will get created with this project ID. So let's press enter. It will pop up a message to authorize the operation that you are performing. Click on the authorize button. So you can see here, this is creating a Google Cloud Storage bucket with this name. Okay, now so our bucket is already created. Okay, to cross check whether the bucket is created or not, go to the Cloud Console, click on the left menu, navigation menu, and click on the Google Cloud Storage. Click on buckets. This will show you the list of buckets created so far. As you can see, this bucket is created a few minutes ago, in fact 1 minute ago. Okay, and the region which we have exported was US. You can see here, so we have created this bucket in US location. Okay, so by default the class will be standard class. Okay, now what is the next step? Now we would like to retrieve the image banner from public cloud. Okay, it means we want to copy some image from the public cloud to the local storage. Local storage is in our local drive. Currently this drive is home student, and if you can see, we do not have any image in this drive. Okay, so let's copy or retrieve the banner image from publicly accessible cloud storage location to our local storage or local drive. Okay, so the command will be gcloud storage. Okay, and this is your publicly accessible cloud storage location, and we are copying my excellent blog.png image to our local drive. So if you do perform ls-lrt, you can see the image got copied into our drive or local directory. Okay, now as we have this image in our local directory, we can copy this image to our storage bucket. Currently we do not have anything in this storage bucket, cloud storage bucket. Okay, so we can copy this image which we have in this our directory, in this project working directory. We can copy this image to this bucket. Okay, so to do that, we have to fire a command again. gcloud command, gcloud storage. Okay, so cp is the copy command, and I would like to copy. I'm not specifying here the path, the absolute path, because we are in the same directory location where the image exists, so we can give only the image name. And I would like to copy this image to our Google Cloud Storage bucket, which is dev shell project id. Okay, within this project id, we would like to copy the image with this same name. Okay, so this is your project id, and this will get copied into this bucket. Let's enter. Okay, so as you can see, one file got copied. Okay, so if you refresh, so if you refresh, as you can see, my excellent blog.png got copied to our bucket. Okay, so we are done with our second lab exercises, but before that, currently we do not have the accesses on this image, So let's modify the access control list of the object we have just created, so that it can be readable by everyone. Okay, so by default there will not be any having accesses, means full accesses will not be there. So you have to provide the required access so that other services can access this image from the bucket. Okay, so to do that you have to fire a gsutil command. So far we are using gcloud command to perform cloud storage specific operations. Now use the gsutil command to perform the other operations. Okay, so what we are doing here, we are firing gsutil command and we are performing the access control list ACL, and we are trying to change, okay, the user accesses for all users, providing the read access to this cloud storage bucket. Okay, press enter. Now this access control list got updated for this specific cloud storage bucket for this specific image. Okay, so don't get confused with the okay. So guys, we are done with our second task. Okay, so in first task we have created a VM instance and we have installed a web server and we have executed all the services while starting the VM instance. Okay, in our second task we have created a storage bucket, copied an image from the publicly accessible storage bucket, an image to our local drive, and from there we have copied into our Google storage bucket which we have created. Okay, so we are done with our two tasks. Let's proceed with our third task. Now let's create a cloud SQL instance. Okay, so how do we create that one? Go to the navigation menu, click on SQL. Okay, okay, so once you are in Cloud SQL homepage, click on the create instance button. Okay, and here you can see three different database engines. So let's choose MySQL for now. Okay, so here you can specify the instance ID, password, everything. Okay, so I would like to create an instance with the name blog database. Okay, and password, I will type my own password. Okay, and database version, I would like to keep MySQL 8 only. Okay, and zones, I would like to select a single zone. Region, let it be US Central 1. Okay, now let's keep other things as it is. Okay, so let's click on the create instance button. Now this is creating the SQL instance, MySQL instance with the name blog-db. Okay, Okay, so instance getting created. Okay, now let's go to the block DB menu. Okay, from the SQL instance detail page, let's refresh this one. Okay, go back to the SQL instance. Let's see where it is created or not. Yeah, so you can see here instance is being created now. Okay, now click on the block DB. Okay, it's still creating. It's not yet created. Let's wait for some time to get it created. So you can see here, guys, it's still creating the block DB instance. Okay, that's the reason you are unable to see the public IP address or private IP addresses. So because the block DB SQL instance is yet to create. Okay, sometimes don't get confused with the block DB name. Okay, in the backend that block DB is still getting created. As soon as the message gets popped up that block DB instance gets created, then it means you are good to go for further steps. So let's wait for some more time. I'll pause here. So guys, as you can see here, the block DB SQL instance got created here. As you can see, the green check mark, and also earlier it was rotating here. So earlier it was rotating or buffering. Now it's also showing the green check mark. Okay, so now let's copy this public IP address in your notepad. Okay, let me copy it in our notepad. Okay, so let's paste it. Okay, so I have pasted in my sticky notes. Okay, now click on the block DB database instance, click on the users section. Okay, and click on add user account. So here it will pop up a new window. So here you can add the new user. I would like to create a user with blog username. Okay, and you can create your own password. Okay, so let's click on add user. So this will add a user with the name blogdb user in the blogdb database instance. Okay, so now see here the user account is added. Okay, now go back to the connections. Okay, click on the networking section and here you can click on the add network and you can give your own name. So in this case I would like to give the name web frontend. Okay, and network I would like to provide the external IP address which just now we copied. Okay, so I would like to copy and paste the IP address, then followed by 32. Done. So I have created a network with web front end. Okay, and I have added the public IP address which we just now copied. Okay, so ensure that you are copying the right public IP address from the VM instance. Okay, so if you are not sure about the external IP address of your blog host VM, then go back to the menu, click on compute instance, click on the instance, okay, so this is the blog host VM instance. You can copy the name from here and this is the external IP address of instance. Okay, so now go back to the SQL instance and copy this external IP address of VM instance to your connections. Okay, so I would like to give the name web frontend and external IP address was this one which we copied from the VM instance, now followed by 32. Okay, so ensure that you are not using the VM instance internal IP address. You should use only VM instance external IP address. Now click on the done option to finish defining the authorized network and also click on save to save the blogdb instance configuration. Now you can see here that bottom right corner, so blogdb instance is now getting updated with the latest configurations which we have added. with web front end and VM instance external IP address. Okay, so it will take some time. Okay, now it's updated. Okay, so we are good. So we have completed all our 3 tasks. Now let's continue with the next task, which is configure an application in a compute engine instance to use Cloud SQL. Okay, go back to your navigation menu, click on the compute engine VM instances. Okay, so in this VM instances, click on SSH. Okay, so this will open up your VM instance SSH window. Okay, let's wait for this to get started. So it's establishing the connection with our server. Okay, so now let's go to cd /var/www.html directory. So we are in that directory currently, /var/www.html. okay, now so you can use nano text editor to edit the file, PHP file. So we are going to create an index.php file in this folder, HTML folder. So you can edit or create that PHP script or file using this sudo nano index.php. Okay, so this will open up nano editor. Now you can write the HTML script, okay, which will show up the welcome to my excellent blog page. Okay, so this will show up whether the database connection passed or failed. Okay, so once you entered this HTML script, click on Ctrl O and then enter. Okay, this will save up the changes. Now perform Ctrl X to come out of the nano editor. Now let's restart the web server. Sudo service apache to restart. This will restart all the web server services. Now open up a web browser tab and let's paste the address. Here, now this open up a home page, Apache web services. Okay, so here you can type index.php. So this will show up welcome to my excellent blog and whatever the database connection we have entered. So far we are good. Okay, so you can see now this external IP address with this index.php showing up the welcome to my excellent blog banner. Okay. Okay, so now return to the SSH page. Okay, it's already open. So go to the open the nano index.php page again, and here you can put the cloud SQL IP address and followed by the DB password. Okay, so let's put the cloud SQL IP address which we have copied. Okay, let's paste it the public IP address. Okay, so database password. Okay, so I'm done with the changes. Press on Ctrl O, enter, then Ctrl X to save the changes. Then again perform the Apache server restart. Okay, so now go back to the web server, refresh it. So the database connection succeeded. So this is how we can perform the connectivity, guys. So that's all for today's session. So we have seen how to create a VM instance, how to create a Cloud SQL instance, how to copy the image to our cloud storage bucket, how to create a cloud storage bucket, how to run a VM instance with an external IP address, how to create an index page, how to make a connection from the VM instance to our database. So I hope guys you liked my video. Please do like and subscribe so that I can come up with the new lab exercises related to Google Cloud Storage. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you so much guys. Thank